Hi guys, welcome. Good to see you. I'm trying something new. I have no idea if it's gonna work. So first let me know if you can hear me. I hope you can. Maybe. Well, I'm not being told I'm muted. Hey Melanie, hey Hayden, hey Squish. Hey Bear, saw you earlier. Hey Stephanie, good to see you. You can hear me. Okay, perfect. So I have a couple of things tonight. One thing is kind of like a hodgepodge of really fun cases. I actually edited it and I'm kind of excited about it, but I don't, where'd I go? Okay. But I don't know if what I'm doing is going to be any better or actually work. No, Shalom, you're not late. I'm literally just starting. I'm talking about how I'm trying something new. I'm not entirely sure that it's going to work. Okay, let's see. Let's try something. How many of you have seen or how many of you watched the civilian warrant applications today or tonight earlier? They were actually pretty decent. I mean, I watched them this time, like all of them. And they're pretty good, but I don't want to play it if you guys have already all seen it. Okay. I got to remember, I'm trying. I feel really discombobulated. Hang on. Not you. Don't think so. No. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start playing this. I'm going to speed it up a little bit because he's just going to go through. I have to remember. Wait. I have to remember which controls what. Okay, got it. Okay, I'm going to play this.
I'm going to need to make sure everybody else turns their camera on, okay?
It's sped up.
Right,
until you turn it down.
Follow my direction. Otherwise, we can't.
How is this volume compared to mine?
All right. Again, in keeping that in mind of courtroom decorum, please do not unmute yourself until you are asked to. And again.
Okay, that's muted. I don't want to do that.
You do not have your camera on. We did not proceed with you. I've given that notice multiple times.
I don't know how the volume is compared to myself, and I don't know how to check other than to ask you guys.
Good evening. I am Judge J.D. Davis, and this is the DeKalb County Magistrate Court. This is the July 31st, 2023 criminal warrant application hearing. I want to let everyone know as well that this matter is being live.
This is really sped up because this is, accessibility. He does talk fast.
Had you been pre-COVID, you guys may have been finding yourselves fighting downtown Decatur traffic to get to our courthouse at 6 p.m. But by virtue of the conveniences that were bred out of COVID, you guys
are and this is not that long.
In lieu of that,
there's like 3 cases on this file, so don't worry. I think the iPad could be a little up, harder to hear when sped up. Shoot. Okay, yeah. I mean, it could go way up.
Bring and or have a bunch of distracting devices going on or activity going on while
you're killing me.
I have a deputy at my side to ensure that at least you were not being disruptive while we were taking evidence. I do not have that particular ability here, but I do have the mute button. I do have the ability to remove you from
and for everybody that can't hear or can't pay attention, he's just going over the procedure. I just want to get the audio checked and to see if it's working.
And I know people can't
before it's time that anybody needs to pay attention.
If you don't follow them, that will be the subsequent
consequence. So I thank you so much for your patience and helping me out with this.
To hear from the parties.
You're big.
Oh,
that's right. Shoot.
What did I essentially determine whether or not there is sufficient information, probable cause for an arrest warrant to be issued. Okay, that is why we're here. All right. In addition to regarding my opening remarks, as my screen clearly indicates, unauthorized recording of this matter is strictly prohibited.
And volume is good.
Recording of this matter for your own personal records. You may want to just keep it because you find it interesting. But I'm going to let you know that this evening, if I have not given you specific authority for you to record this matter, you are to stop recording now, okay? Because you do not have authority to keep it recorded. All right. Now, as I said before, this is the criminal warrant application hearing. Now, this is something special to the state of Georgia, and I'd like to make sure that folks understand this is not a form of relief that is accessible to everyone in this great nation. Georgia is like only a few or a handful of states that allow private citizens to take out misdemeanor warrant applications against other citizens,
How do you
right?
scroll?
Now, are there some limitations to that? But nonetheless, if it is a misdemeanor against a private person,
Allie, you didn't miss
operating as an
anything.
actor for
I'm
the
trying to
state,
figure the
an
sound
action
out.
can be pursued by another citizen against them for situations or for claims, or not claims, but for crimes such as battery,
How do I
simple
put
assault,
up a
harassment,
comment?
interference with child custody, to name a few. If this is a felony, or if the
Hold
action
on,
that you're
hold on,
or the
hold
crime that you're alleged.
Okay, anybody that's okay, Allie, you're not late. This is just this is civilian warrant apps. He's going through the beginning where he's explaining how the hearing works. Everybody knows this. Even if you don't, it's not really that important. But okay, so I kind of hooked up something kind of weird. Like, this is really complicated. Well, it's complicated in my brain. I logged onto StreamYard from my iPad as the host. I invited my computer, so my computer is a guest, along with my computer that's sharing the screen that's the video. But I was hoping that because I'm the host, it would be easier to like show comments. But the thing is that my computer keeps defaulting to being the host, and I don't understand why. I have no idea why. And I was hoping to be able to put comments up a little bit faster. You hooked up something weird too. Oh my goodness, I bet you did. So you can hear the video, you can hear this. I don't know. Let's just go and see how it works. If I have to shut it down, at least we'll know before I play the real video that we came for. Not that this isn't real. This is real good. I'm gonna shut up and play it. I just have to remember what controls what mouse. Okay.
Is a felony. I'm going to let you know that this is not the appropriate forum for you to get any type of relief. You would need to very well contact that officer or that police department to essentially follow up on that particular allegation. All right.
Okay, so these are civilian warrant apps. Okay, yeah. I know, Avix, I got it. I'm testing it off stream. I did test it off stream and it was working perfectly. And then it just defaulted to my computer. I tested this for like an hour. Okay. Anyway. Okay, so these are civilian warrant apps. These are, Michael, I actually just recently learned what that word was. Okay, felony warrant apps are when a citizen wants another citizen to be arrested for something that happened. This one happens to be a neighbor dispute. And up here we have, I'm not going to say my opinions, but we have some people and we have some neighbors. I'll just put it like that. And what I'm kind of speeding through right now is just the general rights. If you're the person's, whatever, I'm going to play it. You guys get it.
In addition to, folks, these criminal warrant applications are here to do really one thing: make a determination if someone has committed a crime, at least to the level of probable cause, for an arrest warrant to be issued. We are not here to determine whether or not someone is guilty or not guilty. We are not here to determine whether or not someone should pay Joe or Jane any money for any specific performance, like give back a child or give back a car.
No, if the crime, Allie, you said a citizen wants another citizen to be arrested. It's not called a felony app. It's called a civilian warrant application. If what they're accusing the other person of is considered a felony, then he's saying you're in the wrong place. That's too big a deal. You need to go to a different court. And he's saying if you're looking for money or a judgment, this is the wrong venue. You need to be somewhere else. Oh, thank you, Squishy. That's so nice. Thank you. Yeah. So anyway, these are just kind of like, I don't know, like petty arguments, and they're kind of fun to watch as like a guilty pleasure. So, okay, I'm gonna stop boring you with my trying to figure out. Okay, there you go.
That is not why we are here. We're here to see if someone needs to be arrested. That's it. And I want to stress this to you because oftentimes folks come to these particular hearings seeking a order from the court that essentially says A must do B or B must stay away from C. And I will tell you that but for a stay away order or some type of other special condition, me getting an order telling A to pay you or give back something just isn't going to happen. The parties are free to agree to those terms, but I cannot make people do those things in this particular forum. This is a criminal courtroom. All right. So let me tell you how we're going to get here and what my job is and how we can get to finding out whether or not a crime has actually been committed. All right. So first things first, folks, I am going to call the calendar. And the reason for that is I'm going to identify who is here and who is not here. An applicant essentially has made an application, leaving a better word, to the court alleging that an individual committed a crime against them. Right? The court would then look at that application and see whether or not it comes within the initial confines of something that we can address. Is it a misdemeanor? Did it happen in DeKalb County? All right. If that's the case, it would then be set for hearing. I want to be clear with folks. Just because it is set for hearing does not mean that crime has actually been committed. Right? And then what we would do is confirm that the individual who is the respondent, they're not a defendant, but a respondent, right? Whether or not that respondent has been noticed or served with this particular warrant application. Now, service in these matters are not like service in a regular lawsuit where someone gets served by the sheriff. This only requires regular mail to the best last known address. That could be a lot of things, particularly within this current cycle of housing epidemic where people are constantly moving and being evicted. With that being
That's
said,
important,
folks, if someone has received a notice and it has been well over 3 months, then we may have to have the matter reset if we cannot confirm that is still a good address and that respondent has not shown. And that is because this could have a great impact on them. And if they had noticed, they may very well have gotten an attorney or defended this particular warrant application here. All right, so keep that in mind as well. There's another thing I'm going to talk to you guys about connectivity, but I'll get to that shortly. Another thing to keep in consideration is that if we are able to confirm that the person who is the respondent was appropriately noticed, we can still proceed, and that's going to be ex parte. That means outside the presence of the other party, hear evidence, right, and still determine whether or not there's sufficient probable cause for an arrest warrant to be issued. Let me be clear that just because I hear your case doesn't mean that an arrest warrant is going to issue if the other party is not here. All right, I just want to stress that as well. In addition to, if both parties are here, and this is very important, if both parties are here, then I will determine what evidence they have. You would have had an opportunity before the start of this court hearing to email the court any evidence you had surrounding the particular allegation that you made. All right. If you have not already done so, I'll tell you now that the clerk has just put down in the chat box an email address. You need to send any evidence that you have not already sent to the court to that email now. Why? Because when we get to your hearing, we are not going to wait 20 to 30 plus minutes for you to find it and text it or email it to the court. We need to proceed on. Okay. However, in the event that we have all that information, I will review it. We'll go through it during your hearing. I'll give folks an opportunity to give testimony. I'll allow folks to be able to cross-examine as well as introduce any evidence or any witnesses. And then we will make a determination, or rather, I will make a determination at the conclusion of the evidence whether or not an arrest warrant should be issued. Let me be clear as well that your testimony and your evidence can be limited in the event that sufficient evidence has already been supplied. What I mean is that is, if you got 5 or 10 witnesses, I don't need to hear from all 5 or 10. 1 or 2 may do, right? So keep that in mind to being able to establish that sufficient probable cause has been met for that particular crime. All right. I do want to make sure folks know that we usually end at 9. We have a limitation on time here, and we try to make sure that we get to all matters and hear all evidence. But I will try to keep people in particular confines about how long their testimony goes, because people can get worried. Right. Also, I was remiss to tell you folks, this is open.
People can get wordy, Judge.
Please. The clerk is going to put the clerk's office number in the chat box. Contact us. Let us know that you lost a connection, that you just didn't log off because you were mad because somebody produced a testimony that wasn't good for you. Okay, so that we can wait for you to come back on. All right. And if you are just going to leave, you understand that may have negative consequences on you in the event that you don't have an opportunity to either defend yourself or present the evidence that you wanted to in this case. All right. Just a last and a couple other things. In the event that I do issue an arrest warrant, I want to make it clear, I can issue an arrest warrant against both the applicant as well as the respondent. All right. So don't think just because you're the applicant, you're free from
I love that.
inquiry. We're listening to what you're saying as well.
I love
in
that
the
it can
event
go
that I
both
do
ways.
issue an arrest warrant, I very well will not be requiring anybody to pay a monetary bond, a UJR.
Oh, Holly, he's not. He's not talking fast. That's my fault. I mean, not really my fault. It was intentional.
Certain instances, I may require folks
okay, how do I
to
get
have special conditions. That means conditions that are on you being.
I've sped this up a little bit because he was going over, and maybe I'm just assuming everyone watches court as much as me, which probably I should not do. But I feel like this part is generally pretty routine, and I didn't want to bore everyone with it. But I guess actually it's not that boring because every judge does it differently, and every time I feel like I learn something new. And what I feel like I don't know if I knew this before, but it's not. I feel like it's not usual that these things can go both ways. Like if you are, I don't know, like if you're the one who is accusing someone, like you can be the one that ends up going home with a warrant. And yeah, yeah, I've been playing it on like 2 times, or like 1.75 all day. So 1.25 sounds about normal to me, but yeah, let's keep going.
Being released without bond or financial bond. And so keep that in mind as well. I might go over those specifics in the event that special conditions are ordered in your case. All right. So first things first, I will call the calendar here. Please take yourself off mute, identify yourself, then we'll get people in order and we'll start hearing evidence. All right. Bear with me. All right, position 1 on the 6 p.m. July 31st, 2023 calendar is going to be case number PP-055309. The respondent is Felicia Archer.
I'm here.
All right, Miss Archer. Okay, let me ask you, Miss Archer, do you have any evidence that you emailed the court?
Nigel, please continue to nerd out. I love it.
Yesterday, I knew nothing about this incident, and I didn't know anything about it, so I'm surprised about it. So no,
okay,
I don't.
You're saying you just got notice yesterday.
Yeah, and I mean this is the whole thing is surprising to me. I don't know anything about it.
This is not the case we're watching, so I'm gonna see if we can skip ahead.
055-311. The respondent is Mariah Rivera.
Yes, I'm here.
All right, Ms. Rivera, do you have any witnesses or evidence that you submitted?
Yes, I submitted evidence.
Okay. No witnesses with you this evening?
No, I'm currently working.
No, that's fine. And how about the applicant, Kahari Gaskin? Kahari Gaskin, is that you, Mr. Gaskin?
Yes, this is me.
Okay. Do you have any witnesses or evidence?
I do not have the badge number or name of the GSP officer that was there to assess the situation. So no, I do not have a witness. However, I did send my evidence via email.
Okay. All right. Emailed evidence. All right. Hold tight. I'll get you down.
Love that.
And then position 4 is Andrew T. Watts. And that's PP-055273. Watts. Andrew T. Watts. All right. I don't see him. That's a no appearance for Mr. Watts. And how about Brooklyn Johnson? Okay. Brooklyn Johnson.
Okay, Brooklyn. Oh,
Brooklyn
gosh.
Johnson.
Wrong.
That is
I can't get used to this mouse switch up.
Clerk, nobody called in for that case, did they?
No, Judge.
All right, well, that case
I'm
will
going
be
to
dismissed
speed
for
up
want of
until we get
prosecution.
to the case.
All right, folks, that is the call of the calendar. We have a relatively short calendar this evening, so I intend to get through everybody's case. What we're going to do in the order that we're going to hear these matters, or as follows. We're going to first hear the case of position 3. That's going to be Mariah Rivera and Kahari Gaskin. And then we will hear the case of Stephanie Ray versus Felicia Archer.
Ooh,
and then we're going to hold Ms. Hinton to see whether or not Ms. Minor is here at 7 because she did call in.
Decisions.
If you can see if they didn't call in, they would have been dismissed. When she called in, we'll hold till 7. If she's not here at 7, we'll let it go, all right? So bear with me. Let me give folks a little bit more information while I pull up case specifics. The way we're going to deal with these cases are as follows. I want to be very specific because what I try to do in these hearings are two functions. One, I want to get to the truth to determine whether or not there's probable cause. Not necessarily say that there's guilt, because we may be more truth that there's there that I may be able to ascertain or gather this evening. However, I also want to make sure that folks in their interaction with the court get some experience in dealing with the court and understanding some legal terms. You're doing this ex parte. I mean, you're doing this pro se. You have no attorney. And so I want to make sure folks understand
that's the
what goes
fun
on
part for us
and the legal process. All right. And so with that being said, and yes, Ms. Hinton, I see you have a witness. I understand. We'll just hold tight. She needs to find a charge. But with that being said, I want to see that people understand what a direct question is and what a cross-examination question is, because what we aren't going to allow is just a bunch of argument. We're not going to tolerate that. I don't do a lot of back and forth with folks. And so we need to make sure that people understand what the parameters are. But first things first, I'm going to let everybody do an opening statement. I usually allow those opening statements to be about 2 or 3 minutes, sometimes more, but for the most part, 2 or 3 minutes, and to get a gist of what is going on surrounding this particular event. I try to make sure that folks limit the discussion to the incident at hand. I understand that there may be some evidence that may require us to go back into time beyond the date of incident, but we try to keep it specific because, folks, we can be here for days, and we want to know whether or not there is sufficient probable cause. Not enough.
He was talking
beyond
about wordiness earlier.
In addition to following both the applicant and respondent giving an opening, I will allow the applicant to introduce any evidence or any witnesses that they have, and then I will subsequently allow the respondent to cross-examine those witnesses or make any statements regarding those particular evidence has been entered into. And then that will give them an opportunity to introduce any evidence and any witnesses and to be cross-examined as well. And then at the end, I will allow folks to have about 2 or 3 to 4 minutes of giving a closing, essentially detailing why they believe an arrest warrant should be issued or an arrest warrant should not be issued.
And again, I sped him up just to get to the case.
Resolve all 3 cases that are here this evening within the time that we have allotted. All right. So
I actually kind of like the second case better. Okay. Here we go.
Bear with me here, and I'm going to bring up the case of Mariah
Rivera
and Kahari Gaskin.
Bearing with you. Oh, wrong. Okay. So these are going to be, the first case is going to be with position 3, the guy on the bottom left, Kahari, I believe, and the woman on the top right. And based on, okay, I'm just going to give him a grade based on their appearance. The bottom left, he gets an A+. He looks tidy. He's in a button-down shirt.
Right,
he's wearing
folks.
a tie, dressed for court.
All right, if I can get
Top
Ms. Rivera
right,
off mute, she is.
she's wearing an old tank top. That's like what I stream in. That's not what you're wearing to court.
I'm going to get you guys off mute. I am going to get you under oath, and then I'm going to tell you guys specifically what the allegation is, the date that it was allegedly to have occurred. I say that because I want you guys to understand the essentially the date and parameters of what we're talking about here, all right? Other crimes may be alleged during the testimony, but specifically the one that people have been put, that the defendant, the respondent has been put on notice for, is the one that we primarily want to be discussing this evening, all right? So with that, Mr. Gaskin, Ms. Rivera, please raise your right hand. Do you swear?
Okay. Now, I know, like, you're not supposed to judge people on appearance or whatever, but, like, first impressions kind of matter. I mean, you'd have to, it's even if you're going to dock them for filming in portrait. I mean, they're both filming in portrait. So that's going to be a dead tie. But I think what do you call it? It's not, I mean, the respondent is the accused and top right is the respondent. What do we call not the applicant, is it? Is it the applicant? Is it that simple? Why do I think there should be another word? Okay, but everything else equal, bottom left has it for me based on what he's wearing. Oh, shoot, not wrong mouse. Oh my God. Oh my God, wrong thing. Y'all. Petitioner, thank you, Michael.
Penalty and perjury of the law.
Yes.
All right. So you can put your hand down, Mr. Gaskin. So we're here today regarding a particular alleged crime that occurred on July 5th, 2023.
Ooh, I'm in the way.
There's an allegation of simple battery harm. And so I don't want to get too much into the facts, but we are here regarding the incident date of July 5th, 2023 for an alleged crime of simple battery harm. With that, Mr. Gaskin, you being the applicant, I'm going to give you an opportunity today. I mean, time is 6:40. I'm going to give you to about 6:43, 6:44 to give me background about regarding what happened in this matter, right?
I will certainly do so. Would you like me to proceed right now?
You can proceed right now.
Okay. So on July 5th, 2023, around 3:30 p.m. is when the incident occurred. The conflict began in the car during a heated conversation where me and my beloved girlfriend at the time, Mariah, were
Beloved.
verbally expressing our dislikes and providing respectful criticism to each other. In the car,
What?
Mariah unexpectedly loses her temper and brutally squeezes my right arm, threatening to kill me, digging her nails into my skin, causing scars and swelling to my skin. At this time, I decide to discontinue delivering packages with her. She then calls her parents to come pick her up, as well as her coworker to transfer the packages from my van to her coworker's van. As we are waiting for her coworker to arrive, she is continuing to raise her temper, saying things like, "I will kill you, I should put a bullet in your head, I hate you," etc. I am not responding to these irrelevant slurs. I'm completely finished
Right?
verbally communicating with her. I ignore her remarks, and I decide to sit in silence and wait for her coworker to arrive. Upon his arrival, I genuinely cooperate with Mariah, transferring the packages from my van into a designated area.
The respectful exchange of criticism. I don't know that that's a very accurate way to explain you're in a giant fight with your beloved girlfriend in a car. Okay, he's obviously prepared for this. He's worked hard on his opening statement. So I mean, sometimes being prepared matters.
Area for her coworker to pick up. Afterwards, I get into my van, driver's seat, and I start the car so I can leave. Unfortunately, Mariah continued to relieve her frustration by grabbing a bottle of an unknown liquid and squirting it into my eyes intentionally. Although my eyes are burning, I keep my composure and I did not inflict any harm back towards Mariah at all, as seen on video camera footage, if you have the footage. So the investigator told me that you would have. But gratefully, I can still see my eyes are blurry. I get out of the vehicle. As I get out of the vehicle, a GSP, Georgia State Patrol officer, scene and addresses the situation because he sees that there is a conflict between us. As he addresses the situation, he demands for me to leave and go home. He's seen no harm done by me. He sees her acting out of character, but he tries to resolve the situation by demanding me to go home. I get back into the driver's seat as the officer informed me to do so. Mariah forces her way back into the back of the van and is pulling my hair from the back seat to be exact. I get out of the van to escape the situation. She comes out of the side door and spits into my eyes and face. The officer addresses Mariah for spitting into my face, and then he again demands me to leave and go home. I eventually get back into the driver's seat a third time, start the car, and leave as the officer informed me to do so. Sorry for the lengthy explanation, but I tried to give you as detailed as possible.
No, I appreciate it. Thank you. All right, Mr. Gaskin. Ms. Rivera?
Yes.
All right. Again, this is your opening statement
Right.
allegations of the simple battery that occurred on July 5th, 2024.
Yeah. So it did start off a heated disagreement. He got upset at me because I told him that he was lying and he felt like I cut him off in the middle of our disagreement. He started to call me all type of disgusting words. He then pulled over and said that he's not delivering any of my packages, that he also wants me to get out the car. From there, I was waiting on my coworker to come get the packages and everything. It was a disagreement. We were going back and forth. He decided to try to steal 3 of my packages. And so I was trying to get my packages from him. And he pulls my hair, slams me, elbows me in my face, which I sent the bruises all over my body. I sent it to y'all. He also broke my phone, spit in my face. Everything was caught on the quick trip video, like the surveillance. And there is an open investigation going on right now because I did file a police report. And I sent over the police report to you as well. The reason why I got physical is because he tried to steal my packages. When the state patrol pulled up, I was trying to wave him down to help me. He then said to me, "Oh, you're on him." And it was true. I was trying to stop him from leaving because he had my packages in my car. And that would have been a charge back to me. So I sent a picture of my phone being broken because he slammed my phone on the floor. My mom came, and by the time she came, he was gone. So me putting anything in his eyes or squirting anything in his eyes, it never happened. It never happened. It never
Okay. What I said just then was so eloquent, y'all would not even believe it. Okay, so basically what I was saying is that I do agree he did a great job on his opening statement. The flowery language and the exaggerations, whatever. But for a pro se litigant, he did a pretty good job. Now, based on both of their opening statements, what I'm speculating is that the respondent, who's giving the opening statement now, is some kind of a delivery driver. And they were driving around together while she was delivering packages, whether it be Amazon, some like food delivery, like meal kit delivery, like whatever. There's a million delivery things. So I think that they were driving around together delivering her packages. They get in a fight, it gets physical. He kicks her out of the car, he tries to leave, and she says, "Oh, he's trying to steal my packages." When I just don't see like someone who just calls him his beloved girlfriend that he's out to steal her packages. That just doesn't make sense. If you guys think something else, let me know. Okay. Allie, you're fine. Just give what you can. I've learned that. Okay. Oh, wrong. Oh my gosh. Wrong mouse. I'll get it, guys. Maybe.
Happened. The only reason why we got to a point of us being physical is because he tried to steal my packages, and everything is caught on that video at QuickTrip. And there is an open investigation on it.
Okay. And I just
always
want to
the quick
confirm, I
trip.
know you said, Ms. Rivera, that you emailed the court some evidence.
Yes.
I do not see that email.
I emailed it.
When did you email it?
Like when you said it, I emailed it. I didn't know. So
Okay.
Okay.
All right, clerk, if we can look for that. While the clerk looks for that.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry.
I sent over pictures. My face was swollen from him elbowing me in my face.
Well,
I have bruises on my arm, my entire body.
I got it. Hold tight. We haven't gotten there yet. We will get there. That was just an opening. If you have that testimony and we will go ahead and look at it. All right. So, Mr. Gaskin, what I would like to do then is go ahead and proceed with you and go ahead and see with any evidence or testimony that you would like to have. I see that you do not have any. Do you have a witness with you?
No, sir, I do not have a witness. The only witness was a GSP officer that assessed the situation.
I got it. And so I did see that you emailed evidence here. I see photographs that you produced, as well as the police report, and as well as a report from the medical doctor. Which would you like the court to review first, as far as introduced is concerned?
It's completely up to you. We can go with the documents.
All right, well, hold tight. This is what we'll do. Got the pictures.
Okay. The documents, I might skip over those. They really don't show anything. I just don't want it to get like falsely flagged as information, like personal information.
All right, so I'm not sure if you can see my screen here. Do you see my screen?
Pull up the pictures.
It's currently loading. Oh, yes, I do see.
Okay, and what is this?
This is a picture of chemical burn that initiated from that incident, and I still have this chemical burns on both my eyes. They're permanent.
And what part is the chemical burn? Can you at least describe it for the court so I know exactly where I'm looking? It's not.
These are on the corners between my eyes.
Are you referring, I don't know if you can see my mouse. Are you referring where my cursor is pointing?
No, to the right of where your cursor is pointing. A little bit to the right there, yes.
Ooh, I see something. I don't know what that is, but I see something.
Saying that was caused by something being sprayed in your eye?
Yes.
Okay.
After the incident, my eyes were burning as if I had allergies.
Okay. All right. That's it.
Okay. Can you guys still hear it while it's playing? Or no?
Here as well. And what is this, sir?
These are her nail marks.
Okay, here are the nail marks.
And then we have.
Okay, you can still hear it. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to. Okay, these are. It says the medications that he was subscribed are
the medical documents when I got checked out to see probable cause and things of that nature.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna explain to you what I'm seeing.
Following issues were addressed.
Come
They
on, I
had
pushed
right
pause. I
point
pushed
abrasion,
pause. I pushed
chemical
pause on the all the wrong things. Okay, so this is like an after visit summary. He was prescribed Tylenol 3, Siloxane, which is ciprofloxacin, Cipro, an antibiotic, I believe, ibuprofen, and bupropion, which is a Bactroban brand name. So anti-inflammatory, antibiotic, pain, and I'm guessing maybe some kind of like, whatever you call not an antibacterial, whatever. It says, you saw this doctor on this date, the following issues: a right corneal abrasion, initial encounter; chemical injury of conjunctiva, initial encounter; chemical injury of left conjunctiva, initial encounter; abrasion of multiple sites, right upper arm, initial encounter. Okay, so that's pretty much what the medical record's saying. I will pull up the screen as soon as he pulls them down.
injury, abrasion of multiple sites for upper arm. And this is from 7/6.
And it does have personal information on it.
I will just want to, does it have any description about how you got these particular injuries on these records?
Wow.
I informed them via detail. They wrote it down, but they
That's
did
a
not
lot of
give it to
personal
me back in a
information.
receipt form.
I see. Okay. All right. And then finally,
Okay.
the evidence that you supplied, bear with me here.
Okay, I kind of want to pat myself on the back for that because, I mean, there was the home address, the date of birth. I mean, so much information. I couldn't really see it when I was watching earlier on my phone and from far away, but up on a big screen, I could make it out. So, but yeah, you're right, Nigel. The doctor can only write what the patient tells them, which is why pediatrics are so hard, because a lot of times the kids can't tell you what's wrong. But yeah, and I think the judge knows that. He's been doing this long enough that he knows. He knows. I think he knows. Okay, let's go.
Oh. No.
Did I ever slow this down? I think I should. I thought I did. No!
So this is the police report that was provided. And on the police report, you indicate that.
Oh, that's the police report. Okay. Still, I'm not going to show it because it has
according to the
addresses.
report, rather. Trying to gather the actual
It's
description.
not showing anything. It's just saying at a gas station.
There we go. And so, Mr.
Okay.
Gaskin, here the report indicates that you said that Mr. Rivera squirted something in your eye on a liquid, advising him to Piedmont Hospital, and told him that he had multiple burns on his face. Now, obviously, this was taken on 7/7, so you didn't just want to confirm you didn't call the police until several days later.
No, I called the police the day after. However, they were closed. I went to the hospital. That was my main priority. And then they said I went to the police station in Smyrna, but they informed me that I needed to go to where the incident was. So I went there to do that. And I filed a police report. The guy wrote down in the description, he got a few things wrong. He said the 4th when it happened on the 5th. But and summarize, that is the gist of what happened.
Okay. Can you tell me why he said he did not observe any injuries?
I am not sure as to why he didn't. I showed him exactly the marks that were on my eye, though. The marks are visible. You can see them.
Okay. All right.
I'm actually not surprised. I'm going to pull up what's highlighted, the initial report, because it's not giving any information until he starts to scroll. So this one just says that there was a verbal argument inside the vehicle. They stopped on a highway. Somebody was going to come get her. He helped her. Somebody came to pick up the packages. And I'm not surprised. Like, the officer didn't acknowledge his injuries because, I mean, you see it. It was just like a redness to your eye. So
do you have any other
I'm not
evidence that you
surprised.
can use to-
I did send additional evidence, but I would not like it to be displayed. You can see the via text messages, the slurs that she sends me after the incident.
I didn't see any text messages.
I just not sent it 15 minutes ago, so it's probably coming in late.
Come on, folks. Come on, folks. This is what I said at the start of the thing. That means I might have to wait here. Let me see this because I'm not sure. We'll have to see what that evidence says. So, but for those text messages, is there anything else that you'd want to introduce regarding the allegation of simple battery by Ms. Rivera?
No, sir. The closing statement, investigator informed me that you would have a video camera footage, but they couldn't release it to me. So.
I do not have it. Generally, what the officers provide to us at most is the police report. If there were any dash cam or body cam footage, they generally would have to be ordered, maybe an open records request or something of that nature with the police department.
Thank you,
But
Steph.
we generally do not do that unilaterally for any applicants or respondents, okay?
Definitely.
We do have the report. So this is our next step. Ms. Rivera, you
Yes.
heard Mr. Gaskin's testimony. We have
Yes.
both looked at the evidence that has been supplied, but for the text messages, and we'll see if those are through. I am now going to give you an opportunity to cross-examine Mr. Gaskin. You understand? Mr.
Okay.
Gaskin is going to subsequently, if you so choose,
This is
to
always
cross-examine you as well. Let me give you the parameters. You can ask him questions. You can ask him direct or leading questions that say, isn't it true that you did such and such, correct? Right? But you are not to berate.
So
Mr.
hard for
Gaskin.
people to ask
You are not
questions.
to ask him
So hard.
compound
I don't think
questions. He
I
doesn't
sped
know
it up.
what
I
you're
thought I
really
slowed it
asking.
down.
Right? And I'm
Okay.
going to limit your
I think
testimony.
this is
or at
his
least
normal
give you a little
speed,
bit
right?
of notice when we should finish up here. It is
Ah!
6:55. I am
Y'all,
going to give
I'm
you
so
to
sorry.
about 7:00, 7:02 to get through your cross-examination. of
It
Mr.
sounded
Gaskin.
super slow to
It
me.
may or may not take you that long.
Okay.
My bad.
So as far as me pouring a chemical in your eye, how are you able to drive away from the scene if your eyes were burning to the point where you have burns on your eyes?
I refuse to answer your question.
It's
Okay.
not- so hold on. Hold on, Mr. Gaskin. You're under oath. And she's cross-examining.
Sir.
And so in your refusal, you can refuse to ask the question. But the problem is that in and of itself, if you're saying you want to exercise your constitutional right to not incriminate, but to say that you don't want to answer any questions, that can have a negative proceeding. So I'm asking you to ask the question. If you so choose not to want to ask the question, that is your right, but you have testified. You are now on the record. So she has a right to cross-examine. So I would ask that you answer the question because you're alleging that your eyes were burning.
Yes, my eyes were burning, and I respect. However, I want to express my constitutional right not to answer any questions towards Mariah.
You don't want to
No.
answer any questions.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you're refusing to answer any question regarding her cross-examination of you?
Yes, sir. Yes, you are.
I don't necessarily know that that's appropriate because we're going to need to address that on each question. So she can continue to ask questions if it's appropriate based upon that question. We'll move forward. But as I said before, the court's process is to allow people to search others to determine whether or not there's probable cause. If you're not allowing yourself to be searched, then essentially that may also have consequences on your testimony as well about the validity of the testimony that you're providing. Now, obviously, your ability to not testify or to testify cannot be held against you, but you've already testified. So if you didn't want to testify, that's one thing, but you're the applicant. You're not the defendant, right? So your exercise of saying that you don't want to testify is different, right? We're here in just the investigation stage. You understand? But if you don't want to cooperate, that's on you.
No, perfectly fine. She can continue to ask questions. I cooperate.
It's up to you. You're the applicant. Just reminding you, you're the applicant. You're saying she did something wrong, and you don't want to answer any questions. Just want to make sure that you're aware of that. So continue, Ms. Rivera.
Okay. So how were you able to drive from Lithonia to Powder Springs with your eyes burning, which is a 50-minute drive?
My eyes were not blinded. They were burning.
Okay.
I mean, I'm really glad that he prepared in his opening statement and everything, but he really should have looked into pleading the fifth a little bit closer if he thought he was just not going to answer questions from his ex. But at least the judge got through to him, hopefully. And yeah, no, Jay Drank, you're right. I sped it up in the beginning when he was going over all the rights because I was trying to hurry up and get to the case. And I meant to go put it back to normal, and I thought I did, but I think somebody distracted me by saying something. I don't remember who it was, but it was totally their fault, like not mine. But I meant it to be on normal. So thank you for pointing it out. And yeah, that was a great first question for her, and it was actually a question and not a testimony. Let's see where this goes.
I wanted to ask another question. What was it? I forgot what question I was going to ask. I'm sorry. Oh, I just have another question as well. In those text messages, the day of the incident, I informed you that I was doing a police report. So my question is, to me, it seems as if I'm trying to do this as a question. So did you not do that police report after the fact I informed you that I was going ahead and pressing charges on you?
Repeat your question.
You did the police report days after the incident because I informed you that I was going to press charges on you.
Me filing a police report has nothing to do with your communication towards me. I did not do anything because of you communicating with me. That did not have any action.
Okay. So you didn't lie about me squirting a chemical in your eye because you wanted to be vindictive? Because yeah.
I did not lie. There are camera footages that will show. I wouldn't come this far to waste people's time to lie.
Okay. So there is a video 100% at Quick Trip, which there is an open investigation. So I want you to know that.
Perfectly fine.
I'm done with my.
You're done with your questions?
Yep.
All right. Give me 1 second. I don't see that text message came ever through. All right. So this is what we're going to do, Mr. Gaskin, under the limited questions here that were provided. What we're going to do now is switch to Ms. Rivera. Clerk, I have yet to get Ms. Rivera's testimony. I mean, evidence that she says she has submitted. If you can please.
Dang it.
Judge, there's nothing in the clerk's box. I've checked. There's nothing in the clerk's box.
I have a question. I'm not sure if I sent it to the right. Maybe I didn't send it to the right email.
Could be.
I'm going to speed this up a little bit. Again, now that I just remind me that this is a hot mess.
So
Judge Davis about to lose his mind.
Ms. Rivera, do you have any witnesses?
I do. I actually do have a witness. Do I need them to be on Zoom?
They do, or with you where you are?
They're not. No, they're not with me. But I can have a witness on here.
Well, hold on. Are they on here or are they not?
No, they're not. They're not. I mean, I sent my evidence over with all the bruises on my body.
So hold on. If your witness isn't here and you require them to dial in or come on and they're not already on, that could be problematic.
Yeah.
Okay. If they're with you in the same car or vicinity,
not prepared.
That's a different situation.
Right. Okay.
So if they're not here,
at
then
all.
I don't have the ability to consider their testimony at the time.
Okay.
As far as the evidence that you submitted, if you submitted that evidence, I'd love to see it.
Yes.
The clerk has already put the email address down in the chat box. But as you can see, how problematic this is that you want to present evidence and
Very
here we are and
problematic.
we have none for you.
She's not prepared.
For us to proceed, I don't have any other information to be able to gather other than Mr. Gaskin cross-examining you. So Did you try to resend that information, Ms. Rivera? Okay. All right, so as you can see, folks, and this is this is my concern. Please be prepared. I understand when you don't
Okay.
send things ahead of time. This is where we run into things, and we would like to proceed on. But
I know I'm
obviously,
speeding this up, but like a spoiler alert, she cannot get it together. She just can't. And he, okay, like
And
I
Clerk,
want to
you've already
show
put
you,
that
but I don't
email
want to
there,
like
so
subject you
in
to
the
like
chat
the
box, correct?
long.
Yes, Judge, I did.
All right, Ms. Rivera. Ms. Rivera, you're on mute, ma'am.
Like if I just skipped it, you don't get to
Can you
see
unmute for me?
Judge Davis lose his mind.
It's the button that looks like a microphone.
But I feel like I can, like, I get
Okay.
it. Because I feel the same way watching court when they can't figure out
Did
Zoom.
you try to resend it?
Yes, I just sent it over.
Okay. I'm going to try to wait patiently here for that to be complete.
Try to wait patiently. I'm speeding it up. It's not gonna. It's gonna take away from it if I skip, but not if I speed it up.
While I'm waiting for Ms. Rivera's evidence to come through, Mr. Gaskin, just a couple of questions that I have. One, I just need to confirm, is there currently any criminal warrants out for you as well regarding the same incident from Ms. Rivera?
No, sir. Not that I am aware of, no.
And clerk, let me know if you received this documentation.
Yes, Judge, I'm waiting.
Ms. Rivera, in the event that we are unable to get this evidence that you sent over, and I just want to confirm, Ms. Rivera, if you can come back on, you've turned your camera on as well as muted yourself. Please come back on. Please unmute yourself and turn your camera back on. You're still under oath. You're still in a hearing. I need you to unmute and turn your camera back on.
She's not, Holly. He's the one that is
Ms.
the
Rivera,
applicant
please unmute
or
and turn your camera back on.
petitioner. He's filing it against her, not the other way around.
I see that she's still here, but not connected. I mean, she's connected, but not responding.
And
Clerk,
he's
did we get
getting
her email.
No, sir.
He's getting
Ms.
mad
Rivera,
because
please
he
unmute and
knows
turn your camera on.
that she knows how to
I've now asked you
unmute
3
and turn
times.
on the camera, and she's not doing it because she's trying to get him
Ms.
the
Rivera, are you
evidence
having
that
technical
she
difficulties?
didn't prepare in advance.
Ms. Rivera, are you having technical difficulties?
Right? My relationships have never been
Mr.
that
Gaskin?
exciting.
At this moment, we're going to hold. I am not going to. Oh, there she goes. Ms. Rivera, please unmute. Ms. Rivera, please unmute. Still on mute.
To willfully not listen to the judge. Look at his face. Come on, girl.
You're on. Don't understand what's happening. Clerk, did we get the email?
No, Judge.
All right. So, Ms. Rivera, we didn't get any email from you. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm not sure why you're unable to be able to get us any evidence that you said that you sent regarding this matter. But we waited. Mr. Gaskin has been able to get us his testimony, his evidence, but you have not. So go ahead and unmute you for me, please. Thank you. Can you hear me? Can you say something?
Yes, I can. I'm sorry. I have bad reception.
Okay.
No, you
We
don't.
were hearing you just fine about 10 minutes ago. I don't know what you're clicking around. Can you stop clicking around and put the phone down so I can see your face?
Fine.
Thank you. Thank you. That's why it's probably messing up. Right? We have to find out your evidence. Whatever evidence or whatever means in which you're trying to send, we're not getting it.
Yeah, Harmony.
You're on the phone and you're unable
I don't
to send
remember
that
how far you have to go back, but they
document while
show
on the
a close
phone.
up of his eyeball.
But
So if
that's
you
why it's so
scan,
important that you
you can
read
see it.
the document so that you would have done it in advance. But what we're going to do right now, Ms. Rivera, if you can sit back and pay attention,
It's a
gonna
giant
allow Mr.
eyeball, so
Gaskin
you should be able to
to
find it.
cross-examine you, all right? And we are going to consider what we have with the evidence that we have, all right?
Okay.
From there, Mr. Gaskin, Ms. Rivera is your witness.
Yes, Your Honor. I have no further questions for Mariah.
No questions.
No questions at all.
Oh my God.
I don't know if I even have enough evidence for anything.
I mean,
okay, but let's do this.
I can be creative.
No, I
No.
don't need you to be creative. I need you to just do whatever is there that you want to do.
I mean, he
This
started
is
off
what I'm
so
gonna do.
well.
We've waited a significant time for Miss Rivera. I'm going to allow Miss. Oh, do we get? No, that's still not Miss Rivera's information. Miss Rivera, I'm going to allow you to give me about 3 minutes, or give you 3 minutes to about 7:12 to tell me why an arrest warrant should not be issued regarding the allegation of simple battery against Mr. Gaskin on July 5th, 2023. Tell the court why we shouldn't have you arrested.
Here we go.
Can you say that last part? It's kind of hard for me to hear.
It's the most important part. Tell me why we shouldn't have you arrested for simple battery on Mr. Gaskin.
Because his allegations are false.
Okay.
They're false. All I try to do was love him, be the best person I could be towards him. He has an anger problem, and I really do wish you would get help. And it's sad that we couldn't work out. It really is. And at the end of the day, I do wish you the best, but I feel as if I should not be arrested for false allegations that is put against me.
I've done nothing. That the whole situation that happened at hand that day, it should have never had happened. All because of a disagreement that we had. So I don't feel like I should be arrested for something I did not do.
All right. Anything else?
That's it.
Before we end, I just want to.
Compelling.
Ms. Rivera,
Yes,
did you put something in Mr. Gaskin's eye?
I did not. No.
Ms. Rivera,
Yes.
did you scratch Mr. Gaskin on July 5th?
It's possible I could have scratched him when I was trying to get him to not steal my packages. So I mean that is possible.
The photographs that we introduced, or that were introduced, are those of Mr. Gaskin that you know of, that you saw?
I'm sorry, sir. Can you please say that one more time?
The pictures of the injury that Mr. Gaskin produced of his arm,
Yes.
is that something that was caused by you?
It's possible
Wasn't
it
a
could have
mission.
been caused by me
You're right.
because this man assaulted me. I wish I could see the pictures. I'm not sure why it's not sending to y'all, but he tried to steal my packages. All I was trying to do, it's caught on camera. I was trying to take my packages back from him. Now this man pulled me by my hair, elbowed me in
Might
my
be
face.
true.
So it is possible
No,
that
we
I
don't
could
see
have
the
scratched
video.
him. It's possible. I'm not going to sit here and deny that.
Okay.
Appreciate the honesty.
Anything else?
That's it.
Mr. Gaskin. You have 3 minutes.
Michael, you are so bad. Think so,
Okay.
Harmony?
So
I'm
the
always
reason
wrong
why
with
I
these
filed
one, I
a
guess.
arrest warrant, simply because of the text messages regarding I hope you die, the words being said, I will kill you, I'll pull a bullet in your head, all of the different type of threats that I completely ignored, as well as your claims to lie to law enforcement, to do anything that you possibly can to get me incarcerated.
Wow.
So after receiving lies, after you informed me that you'll try to do any and everything, no matter if you're lying or not, to get me incarcerated, I have no choice but to provide the detailed, honest truth. What do you expect me to do? You're gonna lie?
So I really wish I can really get these pictures because this is crazy.
Okay, I think that's super important right there. What he's saying is, remember when he was showing his evidence, the pictures of his eye and stuff like that, he said, Your Honor, I sent you these text messages, but I don't want them to be displayed. Which I thought that the accused kind of had the right to see the evidence. So I was surprised that the judge agreed not to like publish them, but maybe he's not presenting it as an exhibit. Maybe it's just evidence, and I'm not sure. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know all the intricacies of criminal procedure, but what he just said is that he has text messages with her saying that she was going to lie and do whatever she could do to get him arrested. And I don't know that he doesn't want to show what he has in response, but he gave them to the judge. So the person that's making the decision is seeing the text messages. And if his response was that bad, I don't think he would have given them to the judge. So I'm always wondering in these things, like, what is it that the judge knows that I don't? And in this case, I feel like those text messages might be key, and I really wish I could see them. But I can't, so let's move on. Oh, wrong mouse. God. My God, wrong mouse again, y'all.
This is
I have
insane.
never put my hands on a female, especially. I have never put my hands on anybody, regardless of sex, because of verbal words being exchanged. That's not my character. Words being exchanged. Why would I inflict anger a female and we're in a relationship? Why would I put my hands to what are we solving? Nothing.
All right.
Is there any way that I can send over my pictures any other way than email?
Shamika's like, no.
No other way to send.
She's paying
I have
attention.
to send you these because this is crazy to me.
Miss Rivera.
Oh, maybe.
court-
Oh, you're right,
Just to
Harmony.
be honest, we need to turn your camera on for me, please.
Harmony, excellent
I'm sorry, I'm having
point.
trouble with this.
I missed that.
Can you please turn the camera on?
Okay.
Okay, I'm turning it on.
Wrong.
Give me one
God
second.
dang it. Okay, Harmony makes an excellent point. I didn't pick up on that, but if he said that he did not respond, he basically just has text messages from her at him, so he wouldn't be worried what he said in response if he didn't respond at all. Hey, Chana, welcome. Okay, and the judge, like, okay, what she's doing now is she's off camera trying to send her evidence in that she didn't do in advance, and the judge is getting pissed. And like, I've seen Judge Davis like a little bit testy before, but not like this. Yeah, I know. It's not, I only have one mouse, Stephanie. I just had always used it to control my computer that I'm usually streaming on, but this is like, but now I'm streaming from the iPad. So the mouse is controlling the stream. It's me. Labeling it wouldn't help. I'm a disaster. Okay, here we go. Let's play. And watch as judge loses his mind a little bit.
Miss Rivera, turn on your camera for me, please. And unmute.
Ma'am, what are you doing?
Please turn on your camera and unmute. I've asked you so many times. All right. I would like to give my order, but I would like to make sure Ms. Rivera is listening and hearing what I'm saying. So I'm going to withhold until she comes back on.
Me too, Jonathan. I would also lose my mind.
I apologize for this delay. Ms. Rivera, please turn your camera on and unmute. We have concluded testimony. We're not taking any more testimony. Don't worry about sending me in those pictures at this moment. Go ahead and unmute and turn your camera. All right, Mr. Gaskin.
Do not anger the court.
When she comes on. So what I'm going to ask you to do
Not
is
like
be
this.
patient with me. Okay? If you just hold up. There she is. Ms. Rivera, it's obvious that you can turn your mute on and off because I'm seeing it going off and on. You're only frustrating the court. Do you understand that? Apparently you don't. All right. Mr. Gaskin.
He's mad.
All right, folks, I'm going to make a ruling on that case shortly. in that time, as soon as I can get Ms. Rivera.
Hello?
Yeah, please, can you turn your camera on?
I'm sorry. I'm having trouble. I'm in a dead zone right now, and I'm having trouble with it. I'm so sorry.
Well, turn it on for me now.
Lies.
But you're doing the opposite every single time. All right, so Mr. Gaskin, let me tell you, because my patience has run with this situation.
She does, doesn't she, JJ?
There is going to be an arrest warrant. I haven't seen any allegations otherwise. She's admitted that she may very well have scratched you during this altercation. I have seen evidence from you going to the hospital. And so as a result, what I'm going to do is issue a UJR arrest warrant. I'm going to give her 10 days to turn herself in. And I'm subsequently going to do a stay away order and have you guys not have any contact. Let me just state this though. I hear a lot of cases with former people who are in relationships.
Harmony did call it.
And the court truly does hate to when they get to these situations because it is a lot of he said, she said situation. And it doesn't really benefit anyone in those regards. But at this juncture, where we are, and us having a limited amount of evidence, and Ms. Rivera making her statements under oath as well, I think this is going to be the most appropriate measure to address this situation at this juncture. And so when Ms. Rivera comes back on, what I will express to her, and I will tell her again, but I will make sure that you know as well, that because today is the 31st, which effectively the 1st will be tomorrow, I'm going to give Ms. Rivera until August the 10th. I'm not interested in people having their lives appended on these matters because I cannot guarantee that the solicitor will even pick the matters up for them to be further prosecuted. But when I hear whether or not there's been sufficient probable cause, which is not beyond a reasonable doubt, and therefore no one is guilty after my conclusion, I am going to go ahead and issue this arrest warrant. So that would give her to August 10th, which would be, August 10th would be a Thursday. And so, Mr. Gaskin, if you can come and sign this, so you're going to have to do the following. You're going to have to come and sign this warrant down at the Memorial Drive jail and courthouse. And you need to do that no later than, I would say, Wednesday. Okay. And then Ms. Rivera is going to have between the 3rd and the 10th to turn herself in, right? She'll subsequently be released that same day. And there will be special conditions for her not to have any contact with you. Ms. Rivera, that no contact provision is applicable, of course, all forms of contact. So whether that be letters, online, telephone, text, or the like, you were to have no conversation or contact with Mr. Gaskin during the pendency of this matter, all right? Otherwise, you could be in violation of the court's order and you could be potentially facing additional charges, right? But that's going to be the court's order. And I really do hope that things go better for you guys, but that is the order of the court. Let me make sure that Ms. Rivera has acknowledged my order because she's obviously yet to unmute. And now I do see that her screen seems a bit, unmute. You see, I think the problem is you have your earbuds in and Skype don't always work well with you don't have earpods. I thought you had earpods. So then hit the unmute button.
Wow.
This can't be that difficult.
It's not that difficult. She's already done it. It's been on this call for a while.
All right, I'm here.
Yeah, okay.
I'm here.
I don't understand. I mean, you don't look up, so I don't understand you're having such difficulty operating these things. But as I said before, because
glasses are
I
off,
want to make sure that you understand and acknowledge what my order is. I'm finding for a probable cause for an arrest warrant. You'll have to turn it no later than the 10th. You provided no controverted evidence regarding what Mr. Gaskin has provided at this juncture. And so therefore there's sufficient probable cause. There will be a stay away order as well for you to have no contact with this gentleman at all right? And that's going to be the court. My clerk is going to get you an email, both of you an email about the instructions for this matter, all right? And that's going to be the order of the court. I will let you go for the remainder of the evening, and the court will get you the appropriate information. Thank you for your time. All right.
Sir, I just have a quick question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Did y'all receive the pictures? Can y'all please check again, please?
There's nothing in the clerk box. Well, it just popped up 718.
You said what?
It just popped up, Judge, at 7:18.
Thank you. Thank
Just
you.
popped up at 7:18.
She has also sent me these pictures. She has also sent me these pictures.
I
So,
did to let you
Wait,
inform you.
folks. Don't think that pictures are going to necessarily change my position. Do you understand? So let's not get back and forth and get all haughty. I'm going to take a quick look, but just hold tight. All right?
Right. Like, there's something to be said for tenacity. Because if it were me and the judge says the testimony was closed and he made his ruling, I would have I don't know. Maybe I need more tenacity.
All right. So just quickly, Ms. Rivera, when are you alleging that these pictures were taken?
It was taken the day of the incident.
Can you authenticate that, ma'am?
It was taken the day. It's timestamped. I could also show you. iPhone does timestamps. This was all taken. I could show you the timestamp. This was July 6th. And iPhone, they don't lie.
There's no iPhone don't lie. Don't fool yourself.
It's timestamped. It's timestamped.
Your pictures are not timestamped.
I can send you timestamps of the pictures
Hey, Carrie.
when it was taken. I can send it to you. I'm gonna send it right now.
Okay, so I'm an hour and a half into the stream. Hour and 11
Understand
minutes
how you
into the
waste the
stream.
court's time?
I can send it right now.
And yeah, she's wasting the court's time.
I don't know why it didn't. I'm not sure as to
Because
why
you
it
weren't
didn't
prepared.
send. I'm in
Because
Lithonia, in the country. I don't.
You weren't prepared. And when you're not prepared, this is what happens. But I'm going to show you,
very
and then we'll see what happens really quickly. But as I have other people to get to, and your lack of preparation is delaying the court.
Exactly, Jonathan. But I wouldn't assault someone, even if they tried to steal my packages.
All right, Ms. Rivera. And for the purposes of ensuring that we make sure that we have due justice, these are the photographs that you emailed to the court.
Correct.
Shoot. Wrong computer. Okay.
Outside of these pictures that you've provided to me, are there any other pictures that you have?
No.
Ma'am. Get back on screen right now, ma'am.
How do you know that these are from the date of incident?
It's timestamped. I have a police report. The day of the incident, if you want me to send you the police report.
Miss Rivera.
Yes.
I've already made note. I have seen these pictures, but you have not provided any proof of when they happened. You didn't even provide a police report that you're alleging that you made.
I sent all of that over. I have everything. I sent it all over. I sent everything over to y'all.
Pretty even-tempered.
I sent everything over. I sent everything over to y'all.
I don't know, Melanie. Good question.
You don't have it, man. And the first time we got anything from you was at 7:18.
I did. I responded to you.
Exactly sure
I didn't know if you wanted me to show it.
I didn't. It to you, but I sent everything over.
Well, Ms. Rivera, I have reviewed the evidence here. I have also reviewed additional evidence from Mr. Gaskin that was provided with text messages as well.
Yes, there was verbal things said. He put his hands on me. He stole my packages. He tried to steal my packages. Everything is caught.
So, Ms. Rivera,
it's okay.
It's okay. That's going to be the court's order. I have reviewed the evidence. That will be it. As I indicated before, this is not a matter of whether or not you're guilty. This is probable cause. And so that's cause that you've made an assault on Mr. Gaskin based upon the information that was provided. All right?
Waste the court's time, he'll waste yours.
You may be excused as well as you, Mr. Gaskin. Thank you.
Okay.
You are free to go, Mr. Gaskin.
Okay, thank you kindly for your time and efforts.
Yep. All right. I do see that Miss.
After all of that, he gets what he wanted. He gets the warrant application. She's got to turn herself in. She's got until the 10th. I think that's fair. He's not going to try to upend her life and make her do it tomorrow. He's giving her time to prepare, take off work, whatever. But all she's going to have to do is check into jail. She's going to get released the same day. And the chances of the prosecutor actually prosecuting this case is, I'm pretty sure, slim to none. There is no ongoing investigation. Okay, so I really do like the second case of this, but I don't know if I'm going to do it. If this thing works with my little hodgepodge of things, if I can drag this over and get the volume to work and everything works, we'll do that. If not, we can do the other one if you guys want to, or I can just call it a night. Totally up to you. Okay, where did I drag this to? I dragged it to the desktop. Hang on, where is it? Okay, live edit. I was editing this up until, I don't know, tonight, and then trying to get it from like one device to the other, to the other, to the other. Wait, God, wrong mouse. What am I controlling this with? Okay, enter. And no, it's only going to play the volume. Dang it. It was so good. Okay, I'm going to have to play that one tomorrow or whenever, the next time. So what do you guys think? Do you want to see the next one? I think it's more, I think it's more interesting, but we don't have to. It's up to you guys. Let me know, because it has been like an hour and 16 minutes. Oh, I did. I missed your stream tonight, KCC. I was editing this video that isn't working. You're saying 2 people said go? Okay, just do it. I got a couple people. All right, let's do it.
Minor has arrived.
This one is the
Minor.
neighbor one.
Yes, Jazz, I'm here.
All right, Miss Minor, tell me, do
These
you
are the
have any
third
witnesses
people.
here with you this evening?
Yes, I have my mother, Willalene Webb.
Okay, is she there with you in the room, or is she on the computer?
She's in the other room, but I can get her.
Nope, don't get her right now. Just let her be in the other room. We'll get her later.
Okay.
Did you email any evidence? Let me tell y'all, if y'all just saw anything, if you ain't emailed me this evidence, I can't do my job. So if you ain't got it, you did? Got something? Okay. All right. So I will review for that. All right. But because you just got here, we're going to hear your case shortly. So Ms. Hinton, she did come. So just hold tight. All right. So this next case that we are going to hear is going to be, let's see, position 1. Let's get Stephanie Ray and Felicia Archer.
Hi, Your Honor.
All right. All right, folks. Let's hope that everybody's internet is working, and if it is not, we're at least clear about
Y'all
it.
get ready with your volume.
Is the microphone. All right. Video button looks like a camera. All right. So what I need you to do now is raise your right hand. You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, under penalty and perjury of the law.
I do.
All right. So Miss Ray, is that your witness?
Yes, this is my witness.
So we try to sequester witnesses, and what that means is we try to put them out of the room or the testimony so they don't try to bend their testimony to whatever was heard or testified to. So if I can get your witness just to go to another room, he can be comfy, sip a lemonade, and then we'll get him to come on back whenever we need him, all right? All right. Let me make sure I have everybody's appropriate evidence here so we don't have that issue.
I'm not under oath,
I
ma'am.
do have appears to be a video from Miss Ray, and then there's also several videos, I believe, and then there's also some type of Adobe link sent to me, several Adobe links.
I'm going to speed it up again. Remind me to slow it down. Okay, fine. I'm not going to speed it up.
Miss Archer, you indicated that you didn't email any evidence, but you did have a witness. Is that correct?
Well, I just saw the Adobe, I scanned it, a police report.
So that's,
that's
your
yes, sir,
stuff.
that's me.
Okay.
Yeah, and I got
You can't scan a video.
witnesses that I don't call, and
Are you waiting for them to arrive, or are they
no, they arrived already. If I'd known this, I'd have had the police officer and the firefighters and everybody here too, but I didn't know it.
So where are your witnesses at the moment?
They're in the room down there.
I don't think she's actually an Archer, Michael.
Online, or are they in your
Oh
home?
no, they not online. I didn't invite them online.
Okay, but they're in your home?
Yeah.
Okay. Are they in the same room as you?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Well, I think we've got everything. You said you emailed something. I did get the Adobe. Let's just make sure that it's coming up.
Yeah, I couldn't do the video because I didn't want to be editing and taking stuff. I want you to see the full thing, so I couldn't do that.
I got it. All right. Let's just make sure we got everything. All right, let me get you ladies under oath, and then we'll go over the parameters and what, or at least the allegations that we're dealing with this evening. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, under penalty and perjury of the law?
I do.
All right, excellent. I'm going to now address the particular allegations. Bear with me.
Okay, so this one, as far as apparel goes and first impressions, the petitioner or applicant, Miss Ray in the top right, she looks professional. She is, she's wearing a blazer. She looks relatively put together. And Miss Archer, she's wearing a t-shirt.
We are here regarding the allegation of simple assault.
I love t-shirts. I wear them all the time, but I wouldn't wear them in court.
2023.
Oh, I can't.
All right, so Miss Ray, if we can, let's keep our testimony regarding the event that occurred back on May 27th, 2023. I do also see that there's an allegation that something occurred as well on 6/1/2023, but the primary date of incident is 5/27/2023.
Yes.
Yep. All right, so now it's 7:30. I'm going to give you till about 7:33, 7:34 to give us some background regarding this matter.
Okay. Thank you for your time.
Okay, here we go.
I'd like to preface first by saying Felicia Archer has harassed my home on multiple occasions. But on May 27th, Miss Archer and neighbors were outside of the neighborhood when a fire across the street was on a home. So the home was on fire. Sorry, I'm just a little nervous. But my husband went to go and take our dog Rashka for a walk when he heard Miss Archer say that she was going to poison our dog. And she says that she didn't say that. She says that she was talking about poisoning dogs in general. I got that clarity when I went outside to ask why my neighbor would say such a thing, especially when we're walking, when my husband's just in our own neighborhood walking our dog. But yeah, she was like, when I confronted her about like why she would say that, she was like just laughing like a bully, and she was saying really unkind things, trying to like, I guess, I don't know. She was just trying to be like a bully. I don't understand why she would say those things. But when I told her to stop trying to like escalate the situation between my husband and the neighbors, she literally came at me and she tried to charge at me, and she tried to hype the men up that were like with her to beat up my husband, which is not okay. She literally came at me to where I have it on video that an older man in our neighborhood tried to stop her, and then a fireman had to hold her back because she was trying to put her hands on me. And when she was doing this, she kept saying, do something, do something. And the fact is, Your Honor, I do not want a fight. Miss Archer clearly wanted a fight that day. And yeah, she just really wanted problems. So like, I called the police. They made it seem like it was my fault and nothing was done. I could say what happened like the following week, but you've seen the police report. She came by in her car, waving a gun, yelling profanity. I have it on my Ring camera. I sent that evidence in as well.
Oh my God.
All right.
See that.
Okay, so Ms. Archer, I'm going to give you an opportunity to identify your side or your background.
Okay, the day the incident where she's claiming, neighbor house burnt down, they wasn't here. So I had on the road pajamas, bedroom shoes, and all this stuff, going back and forth in my house, getting the people some clothes for their kids, for them, because they burnt down, everything was burnt. So her and her husband pulled up in front of the father who owned the house trailer, which I was out there sitting down just talking. And then so one of my neighbors said that somebody poisoned his dog. And I was like, dang, that's messed up. I said, well, my dog got poisoned before too when we was little, and I know how to poison a dog, but I said, it's horrible. And then so her husband walked up with his dog and said, oh, did you say you don't poison my dog? You don't poison. I said, I didn't say nothing about your dog. My neighbor said she didn't say nothing about your dog. Then her husband said, you said you was gonna poison Rescue, or whatever his name. And then my neighbor said she didn't say that and she don't know your dog name. Her husband ran in the house, grabbed the gun, came back out. My daughter was out there. My baby, she's 17, she was out there the whole time. Other kids was out there. He's screaming and hollering, calling me bees and all kind of things. My neighbor was defending me because my husband wasn't home. So then he brought his wife so she could video. They video everything. So she could video. So she was videoing and doing all this stuff and rolling her neck and all this stuff. So then next thing you know, they moved on to the side by their vehicle. And then she done talk, I bet you won't hit me. I know Jinsu. I bet you won't hit me. I know Jinsu. And I walked towards her. Fireman came and he said, this not working. I said, you right. I backed up. I started videoing her and her husband because her husband was arguing with my neighbor, and I started videoing them the whole time. Never touch her, never try to assault her. That's why I said I wish the fireman and the police would have wrote it up when they came that I hit her or anything. I never assaulted her. I honestly, Judge, did not know her name until I had to go to the courthouse and pull a police report, like the police told me, get a police report. I didn't know her name or her husband's name until I went to do the police report and got the police report from what happened that day. And then I filed a report. I tried to file one from him for having a gun, and they wouldn't allow me to because they said he didn't point it at me. He has to point at me for me to file a report against him. So I filed, they told me another report I can file against them. And I did that and stuff like that because I felt that I didn't feel safe. You done brought a gun in front of me and my daughter. I didn't run in the house and say, okay, I'm gonna get a gun and bring it back out. I could have died right then and there, not knowing. So I did not assault them. I didn't bully them. And I read the report I got in the mail say violent injury. That would have been a police taking pictures and everything if it was a violent injury to her. I never touched her. Only thing I said to her is, you don't want this. And I don't, I'm not, she kept saying, come on, I know Jinsu, come on, I bet you won't hit me. And she had her hands up, I know Jinsu, come on, you won't hit me. And I walked towards her, I ain't gonna lie, I walked towards her. The fireman came and said, it ain't worth it. And I backed up, I said, you right. And then I got my phone and just started videoing her. She got her phone and started videoing. They only send, every time the police come, they only give what they want to give when it comes to videoing. And then the police came out here a couple of times since then about this issue, different issues and stuff going on. And the police, the last time they came out here, they told us don't worry about it because they call all the time and just live our life.
I'm gonna catch y'all up.
I haven't been out the door no more since then. I be gone all the time. And I just don't go out there because I don't want to have confrontation with them. I don't want to see them. I don't want to say nothing to them. And that day she talked about I rode by waving a gun. No, I rode by, they was on the porch, they looked at me, they started doing this kitty stuff, and I shot a bird. I'll be honest, anything I did, I shot a bird and kept going. When I got home and I went.
Ms. Arch, you only got one more minute. Just want to put that
okay, I got home, went because he was talking to my neighbor that stayed next door. They ended up calling the police for a 6-7 saying I put a gun on him. Police came out and I told the police pull their camera because he videoed everything, but he would not show the police the camera. Police said they made a false report. That's why they came out there. So no, sir. Anything I did, I could take accountability. This young lady, I found out she is a year younger than my daughter. I don't have time. I never had a criminal offense.
I thought I did. Didn't I? It's normal. It's normal.
So
okay.
Folks, how we're gonna do now is move forward.
Okay, I'm gonna pause it and I'm gonna go. Okay, so I don't know how many of you weren't paying attention, but it's easy to get lost, especially when you're chatting. So this is what happened. Or it was nighttime. somebody's house was burning down. So neighbors, as they do, are congregating outside across the street. It sounds like the applicant's husband was walking by and believed that he heard the respondent threaten to poison his dog. And yeah, no, I saw that, J Drank. I knew that you weren't saying it was sped up, but I just wanted to double check since I messed it up that last time. Okay, so basically that's the incident that has I guess prompted the applicant, Miss Ray, to put the warrant out there. And oh my God, can I say like anymore? I'm gonna just play it. Hopefully that answers y'all's questions about like if you weren't paying attention. But it's what happened in front of there, and it's she said, and it is going to get interesting. Let's go.
What would you like to do? Would you like to have your witness testify right now, or would you prefer to have the video shown? I will tell you that I have seen both videos. However, one of the videos I cannot share because of the format that it is in, okay? The only video that I am able to share would be the video, I believe, that's a wider video where I think you guys are on a ladder, okay? And I only have 2 videos, just so you know what I have.
Okay, am I allowed to pull a video from my phone to show you on here?
Has to be through me because I don't know what people have. And if I let people have control, next thing you know, this wouldn't be an okay show. So, no, I can't let you do that. But what would you like me to introduce, or what would you like to, any witnesses that you would like to have testify right now? It's up to you.
Yes, I'll go grab my witness right now. But just to clarify, you didn't get the video that I sent you.
I did. I got 2 videos. I got one video of you guys, I guess, in from a video from kind of far away, looking at you guys do something in the front yard. And then I have a video of it appears to be someone videoing what appears to be Miss Archer around a truck. But I don't have anything else other than that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yes, I would like to call my witness.
Okay, we'll come bring him back in. We'll get him under.
Okay, hold on one second.
All right, Miss Archer, you got to be quiet while I allow my signal to ask
I'm gonna put myself on mute.
That would be good.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. Let's get Miss Ray to come back because she's going to be the one asking you questions. All right, Miss Ray, I'm going to give you an opportunity to do a direct examination of sorts with, is this your husband, boyfriend?
This is my husband, Your Honor.
Okay.
Okay, so based on what we have heard thus far, do you guys have any predictions? And if you have seen this already, no cheating, no spoilers. Anyone? Any opinions, thoughts? No. Hey, looking at legal stuff. Welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Okay, so I don't know if anybody has any thoughts. You believe the chick in the blazer, Apex. That's fair. Anyone believe the girl in the t-shirt? Okay, let's keep going. Let's see where it goes.
Okay. So with that being said, you're going to ask your husband some questions. They're going to be open-ended questions. You cannot ask cross-examination questions from your own witness.
Oh, shoot. Okay,
and
before
so
I forget,
what you're going to do is you can ask, what do you...
Okay, it's an hour and 30 minutes into the stream, and I have yet to say like and subscribe. I'm really bad at that. And please do, it would help. I am got some serious weird technology set up right now to try to make this work, but I really do need a functional computer. So if you could like and subscribe, I would really appreciate it. Okay, so I remembered finally, and I think I have mods. I think so. If you guys wouldn't mind sharing the channels of some of our creator friends that came by. I believe Old Squishy's here, who's not subscribed to Old Squishy. I mean, come on. Michael Furberger has a channel, Looking at Legal Stuff. Kitchen, KCC's new channel. I even saw her ask for it earlier. I haven't seen anyone post it, but I don't know. Oh, this is the last day. This is the last day of, technically it's already over, but this is the last day of July. So in August, we're going to get new mods. Let's see. But yeah, if you guys could share all the links, that would be great. Please send 1 Bitcoin to my Bitcoin address in my About page. I totally forgot. I put that on my About page. But I totally did. Wait, where? Yes, this. Do that. Just 1 Bitcoin. That's all. No big deal. But yeah, so please, mods, if you don't mind, share the channels of our creators. We got Old Squishy Garden, Michael Furberger, Looking at Legal Stuff, Kitsch, Colin. I feel like I'm missing somebody. Shalom. Oh, you just sent me a super sticker and you just bought that jacket? Girl, thank you. Thank you so much. That's so nice. I'm getting closer, girl. I almost have like $300, which is, I know. I'm excited. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. I'm playing. Like and subscribe.
You know, were you there? What did you see? Open-ended, okay? Because if you try to direct his testimony, that would be more like a cross, and that is not appropriate for your witness. If they know something, they know something. If they don't know it, then they don't know. And so I'm going to give you it is 7:41. I'm going to give you to about 7:50 to do a direct examination of Mr. Ray to get whatever information you so desire from him, okay?
Okay, sure. Okay, so how did Miss Archer react to me in this situation?
So Stephanie came in after I grabbed her, and Stephanie was just standing by me recording. Miss Archer was acting belligerent, and she ran towards Stephanie, at which point there was a neighbor, the one that his house was burning down, as well as the firefighter that had to pull or out of Stephanie's area.
Okay, and then, sorry, I didn't have any questions prepared, Your Honor.
I know.
Sorry. Did we know who this person was that said this about our dogs?
Yes, we do know who Miss Archer is. Miss Archer and her husband, Greg. I was familiar with Greg. Greg would stop by our house every time that we would do projects unwelcomed, and he would come onto my property and really harass me while I was doing work for the past 5 years since I've known Greg. It got to the point where me and Greg were kind of friends, I guess. We were cordial, up until the point where me, as what I perceive to still be the neighborhood watch and also community leader, I informed Greg that his trailer would have to be moved off of the property because it's parked. There's a commercial trailer parked illegally on the commercial street, which could cause an accident at night. It is painted black, and yeah, it could cause obstruction. It's against DeKalb County code.
Okay, y'all. Right there for me, that was a red flag. Did y'all listen? Were y'all paying attention? Did you listen to what he said just then? I mean, can I go back? Can I go back without screwing this up? 1:30:17. I'm gonna risk it. Listen and see what you guys think.
It got to the point where me and Greg were kind of friends, I guess. We were cordial, up until the point where me, as what I perceive to still be the neighborhood watch and also community leader, I informed Greg that his trailer would have to be moved off of the property because it's parked. There's a commercial trailer parked illegally on the commercial street, which could cause an accident at night. It is painted black, and yeah, it could cause obstruction. It's against DeKalb County Code. At which point, me and Greg stopped talking after that. And
Okay, did y'all catch the red flag that I caught? He really thinks himself, I mean, head of the neighborhood watch, leader in the community, you know, talking about how people's trailers can't be parked in this spot because it could totally cause an accident and it's against the DeKalb County Code or whatever. Like, I feel like, I don't know, this may be where I became a little bit more open-minded, or I don't know, I'm always open-minded. Yeah, friends don't let friends have homos or associations. Thank you, Afix.
I do, Your Honor, believe that this is what the reason why, you know, this all happened was because of that retaliation.
Did I assault Miss Archer?
Same, Squishy.
Wait for her to assault me.
No.
I don't think I have any more questions, Your Honor.
Okay. Well, let me tell you what's going to happen next. So next, Miss Archer is going to have an opportunity to cross-examine Mr. Ray. Okay. And so she is able rather to ask him direct questions, cross-examination questions that are leading. Isn't it true that you did such and such? All right. Now, I will remind folks that sometimes cross-examination can get folks a little heated. I will remind you to be courteous as we proceed and not to be disrespectful. I will stop you if you are. But Ms. Archer, you have an opportunity to cross-examine Mr. Ray if you so choose. You have 7:43. I'll give you till about 8 o'clock.
Okay. Mr. Ray, you stated when side, you said, who are you, B? Who are you, B? I don't know who you is, B. Did you not
Objection.
state that over and over and over?
Counsel's testifying.
If I if I could remember correctly, I believe that you addressed yourself as B when I asked who you were.
I would never address myself as a B.
Wait, Miss Archer. Miss Archer. You have an
sorry.
opportunity to answer.
Okay, I'm sorry.
All right. It's not an argument. It's a question.
Okay.
All right. Mr. Ray, you have an opportunity to respond. Please respond.
That was my response.
Okay. All right. All right. Ms. Archer, do you have another question?
Yes. You stated that the firefighter and police had to pull me off of your wife. And do you have the name of the firefighter and the police officer that pulled me off of your wife?
We have
and also
wait, one question at a time, Miss Archer.
Okay.
It would be a compound question. He don't know which one he's answering.
Okay.
Right.
We have the video that we sent to you, that we sent to the courts. I guess that's the one that they were unable to receive. But yes, we do have the video.
Okay, I would like to see that video as well. And also,
okay, KCC, yeah, you're right. He does that a lot, but I'm wondering if he does that to give himself an out. Like if there's something that he wants to hear, I think he's going to let him talk, and he's for the most part going to want to hear it. But I think that just gives him an out so that he has he can kind of justify cutting somebody off when they get even more ridiculous than usual. But that's fair. That's a very fair assessment. But I don't know, when I was teaching, I would give myself little outs like that too, because you've got to be fair. But yeah, I mean, you have to enforce sometimes. Like you can't just say, but you enforce sometimes. But if something is going well, I don't know. I don't totally agree that you have to enforce every time, but we can agree to disagree, and it's fine.
your wife, you was out there, you went and got your wife out the house to video, is that correct?
Did I grab my wife out of the house to record?
To video, is that correct?
I grabbed my wife as a witness, yes, yeah.
Okay, did you not tell your wife to record them bees?
No, I don't remember that, no.
Okay. All right, and your wife stated that I said I was gonna poison your dog, and I knew your dog name. And
I didn't say
neighbor
that he
said
didn't.
that I did
I
not
said
know
that I'm
your
fine
dog
that he
name, and I
doesn't.
did not state that. So why did you say that I was trying to poison your dog?
Because when I asked you, when I said, "Are you serious?" You said, because I was walking by, and I haven't seen your face too much. I know Greg's face, obviously, but I had never seen your face before, really up close, besides your car that's tinted very heavily. And so when I was walking by and you said, "I know how to poison dogs too," I laughed at first because I didn't know who you were. I just saw that you guys were on a trailer and the truck was parked on my property. I assumed that was CJ's dad's car, but the truck was parked on my property. So I thought that you were a part of maybe CJ's family. So I laughed for a second. Then when you didn't laugh back, I
Such a
realized that it wasn't a
busybody.
joke. I said, "Are you serious?" You said, "Does it look like I'm joking?" And then I said, "Why would you say that?" And then I said, "Who are you?" And that's when you told me who you are, or you referred to yourself as, if I could remember correctly, I'm the bee that's going to, or knows how, or something like that. At that moment, I was in fear for my life. I went and grabbed my wife, and I wanted to figure out who you
come
were, because
on.
we've already encountered very dangerous situations in this neighborhood.
Okay, your wife made a statement that she knew who I was, and you all knew who I was.
I ask a question. You gonna ask a question?
Who, me? What was the question?
That's what I'm asking. What was the question?
Oh, I was gonna ask a question.
Oh, okay. Oh, because it's your father. Oh, you just okay.
Yeah, I was gonna ask him. His wife stated that she knew me, she knew who I was, and we're in the neighborhood together for a while, and she knew who I was. So now her husband saying he didn't know who I was, which he stated that out there a number of times. And we kept saying, "Be who you is, be who you is."
I don't know if we have
not
proof of
laughing.
that quite yet.
Question. So ask a very. You can ask that question in a shorter version because we don't know what you say.
Like that.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, Miss Reyes said that she knew who I was. So therefore, you didn't know who I was?
Can I answer that now, Your Honor?
Yes.
Okay. So my idea of who she was in reflection to what she said to us based off of the evidence. When I kept on asking, once she ran at Stephanie after she was done, the fire department pulled her off, at which point she got some guys to try and fight me. And I was like, "Who is this lady? Who is this lady?" You say, "You don't know, you know exactly who I am." Snitch, snitch, snitch. And I said, "Okay, that must be Greg's wife, because you're the only one, you guys are the only ones that I had to call code enforcement on."
Another red flag. The only ones he had to call code enforcement on. So this isn't even the first time that he's called on this neighbor to report her for something. And she did not testify to pulling her gun before the cops showed up. She testified that she flipped him the bird when she was driving by. She did say, I believe, that she could have very well gotten a gun, but she did not. Let's go.
Okay, another question. Why did you go in the house and get a gun?
I didn't go inside the house and get a gun.
I got a video of it. That's why the police got on the police report. I showed it to him.
You have a video of me going inside my house, getting a gun.
I have a video. Yeah, I got the video.
So you recorded me while I was inside my home?
No, when you came out, the gun was hanging out. You didn't have a gun when you first walked by us.
Okay, so let me ask you this, and Your Honor,
Wait, Mr. Ray, you don't get to ask her any questions on cross-examination.
Okay, so
I feel
like she's badgering me.
No, it don't go like that. So listen, I'll stop her if she's badgering you. Okay.
Overruled.
What I'm saying is you don't get to ask her questions. Miss Archer, you get one more question. It's 7:49.
I'm done, Your Honor. I'm done. It's not. I'm done.
All right. What I'm going to do now, Miss Ray, do you have any redirect for Mr. Ray?
I'm sorry. What does that mean, Your Honor?
Oh, man.
Do you have any additional questions, direct examination questions for Mr. Ray based upon what he said during his cross-examination with Miss Archer?
No, I don't think I have any questions.
Oh my.
That's totally fine. Then, Mr. Ray, we are done with you as a witness, and then you may remain or go off and do something.
I mean,
maybe more productive.
That was pretty bad.
Correct. Thank you.
It's like they've got their story prepared,
So, folks,
but that's it.
now, Ms. Ray, I'm going to take a quick moment. I'm going to introduce the video that was posted just so that we can take that in consideration. Ms. Ray, I do want to let you know that I did review the video that, again, I could not show because it just for some reason was under some weird format. But I will acknowledge so that everybody is aware, the video did show that someone was recording Miss Archer and there was a fire truck around and other folks around. And Miss Archer, as she said, was in her house coat and outside, okay? As far as anything else, I will keep my own personal considerations and conclusions about the video until I make my final determination, okay?
Okay, so we're only going to get to see one of the videos. The other ones are in a format that the judge could view, and he did view, but because of the format, they can't share. And I can relate, let me tell you. Just happened not too long ago. Okay, let's keep going. Watch this video. And yeah, Allie, smart. No husband? Me either.
But with that being said, bear with me. Let me share my screen on the first video. Bear with me. All right, I'm going to pause it so that we can all see it at the same time. Hold tight.
It's really not.
All right. So,
There was a neighbor's house caught on fire. The neighbors were congregating. There was a spat, but this isn't even a video of that. Watch the car, the drive-by. This is evidence of the so-called her pulling a gun.
can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Excellent. I'm going to play the video.
Yes, sir.
All right, this is the video.
I'm calling 911 at that point.
All right. Just so that we have it here, Miss Ray, what was that to show her?
I mean,
Yes, so, Your Honor, that was me and my husband outside of our home installing Ring cameras for our own safety, and Miss Archer driving by, yelling at us, waving a gun around, flicking us off, whatever she claims she was doing. But if you turn the volume up, you can hear her yelling in the video.
No, I'll play it again. Hold tight. I can only hear it so much. I'm at 100. I'm going to be honest with you. I can hear something, but I can't make out what's being said, and I don't know who is saying it. Can you? Ms. Ray, do you have an understanding of what's being said as a car drives by?
So when she was doing that, we told her that we were going to call the police, and she said, call him, call him. Miss Archer believes that she is above the law, sir.
Okay, all right. And again, I want to acknowledge that I have reviewed, Ms. Ray, so I just want to confirm that I have reviewed the evidence of that second video that you provided, okay?
Yes, I actually sent maybe about 5 videos because it was a very long thing.
I've only gotten 2. Here we are again. Folks telling me they sent 5. I've only gotten 2. Clerk, have you seen any other videos from Ms.
No, Judge, just those I sent to you.
And folks, and you forgive me, but we're in limited hearings here, and it's weird because I can get some people's evidence, but I can't seem to always get all of it. So it always makes me concerned about what's being said. But nonetheless, I did get those 2 videos. We have heard those witnesses. I did see the other video that you at least were testified about. Is there any other videos that are relevant to this incident date that you have provided?
Just the 5-minute video that is on my phone, Your Honor.
Okay, and unfortunately, I'm unable to review what's on your phone if it has not already been submitted to this court. I understand. But I will acknowledge about the videos that we're seeing that were unable to be uploaded here to be shared. With that being said, is that the conclusion of your evidence for your case?
Yes, just this video of her coming at me on my phone. So.
And again, is that the one or a portion of what you'd already sent me from what I described earlier?
Yes.
Well, then I've seen it, and then we're good. So now, Ms. Archer, this is going to be your opportunity for your case in chief here. And so I'm going to ask you, since you have not, I have seen the police report that has been supplied when this case was made. So I did see your evidence. Is there any witness testimony that you would like to have introduced at this time?
Yes.
If you can go and get them and bring them in, you're going to need to be there as well.
Sure.
I was apologizing to everyone else. So now it's her case in chief, the respondent. And yeah, I don't know where she went, but she will be back shortly. Just scrolling down the witness. I don't look at those nails.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
Video went out as soon as I stood up.
Okay, so you have your witnesses?
Yes, I do. I apologize, Judge.
Okay, where's your witness?
Just got a witness.
You can just set it on a table if you have one so that we can see multiple people. All right, if you can lean in, sir. Sir, what's your name?
Hello, Judge. My name is Darius Summers.
All right,
I
Darius.
live across the street, and I'm neighbors to Miss Stephanie Ray and her husband.
All right, well, let me get you under oath, sir. You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and the penalty and perjury of the law?
Yes, sir.
All right. So,
Come on, Doc.
Miss Archer,
Yes.
one at a time. We don't need both witnesses at one time, just one witness at a time. Do me a favor. Go ahead, put that phone down, put it on like a table or something so I can see you and the witness.
Okay, it's an iPad.
Or even then, it should hopefully be able to stand up on its own. Hopefully, you have some type of cover.
That's better?
It is better. So as Miss Ray did with her witness, I'm going to allow you to ask the witness open-ended questions. And it's 7:57. I'm going to give you about 5 minutes to about 8:02, okay? Because we're getting late in our hearings and I still have 2 other matters to address.
Okay. So DJ, did I attack Miss Stephanie Ray?
From where I was standing, I didn't see her intact.
Also, DJ, did I call Stephanie Ray's husband a B at any time? Or did
Not exactly
I
open-ended, but she's
time?
trying.
None that I recall.
Also, did I tell you I was going to poison Mr. Ray dog?
No, ma'am.
Was we talking about your dog got poisoned?
We was in the middle of a conversation. And he stopped and interjected when we was talking.
Did Mr. Ray not run in the house and come back with a gun?
He started jumping around. He ran in the house. And for what his waist it looked like, it was different from when he left. So when he left, he had his dog and he left. And when he came back, it was something different. So I can only assume, but not confirm, that it was some type of weaponry.
Okay. Also, have you seen me harassing Miss Stephanie Ray at any time?
I have not seen it.
All right. No further questions?
All right. Ms. Ray, you got some cross-examination questions for the witness?
Yes. Okay, so has there ever been an incident outside of her home, Felicia's? Such as this one that was in front of my home. Has there ever been such a same incident?
None that I recall. I don't know what kind of incident you're talking about.
There have been no incidents. Okay, whose dog were you talking about poisoning, and why didn't you say or respond when we were asking you?
First of all, Miss Ray, you wasn't out there, and me and Felicia was having a discussion, and your husband interjected in our conversation. So we were speaking in general. We wasn't talking specifically about nothing. We were just having an open discussion.
Okay. And where does Felicia live in reference to our home?
I mean, don't ask questions that you're not ready to hear the answer for, because this cross-examination is not helping her.
What would you call it? Maybe what, 50 yards?
Okay. And where was this truck parked?
The truck was parked in front of my tree, not on nobody's property. It was on the curb.
Okay, but it was.
So half of the truck was on my curve in front of my tree. The trailer part and then the truck part was a little bit on y'all curve. So I don't know if you want to call that property, but it was still in the middle of the road. It wasn't on anyone's specific property. It was still on public road.
Okay. So have we had any problems before or after this? And if so, have you seen any problems?
Junction compound.
Well, me and y'all never had any problems. As far as me and you, or me and you and your husband?
Any problems as far as Felicia?
The only problems that I was aware of is when y'all called the cops after this incident, which was about the trailer and our other neighbor Chris's car. That's the only ones I was aware of that happened after the incident that happened in May.
Okay.
That really doesn't
help. During this incident.
So they're the self-proclaimed head of the neighborhood watch and leaders of the community. Yeah, I don't know. And yes, guys, mods, drop the links, please. And don't forget, if you don't mind, to drop the link to my second channel, because YouTube is a dangerous place. And also, I'll just drop the Discord one. I can just do it. Okay, let's go. Like and subscribe.
Then did you say we killed your dog? That we poisoned your dog? Did we say that?
Are you accusing me that y'all said that y'all poisoned my dog?
Well, the conversation was about poison. So did you say that we poisoned your dog?
No.
Okay.
I told Dad that he threw that fly trap thing that was over Rashka's, over her door thing. I told him that was over on my side of the fence, and my dog was eating that. And I said that's probably why he got sick. That's what I told him.
Which, just to clarify.
So as far as poison, if he ate flies from a fly gatherer trap, I don't know what kind of disease carried it. I say he probably got sick of that, because there's no way that fly trap that was full with flies end up on my side of the fence, and wind can't blow that, because he told me the wind blew it over there. But if it has water and full of flies, that can't blow over a fence that's like 10 feet away. So I don't even know what else got to do with anything.
All right, Miss Ray, you get one other question, okay? It's 8:03.
Okay. Were you drinking during this incident?
Objection relevance.
What it has to do with anything?
Just answer the question, sir.
I had a little drink.
Honesty. Appreciate it.
Anything else?
No further questions.
Because,
All right, all right. Miss Archer, do you have any other witnesses?
Yes.
I'll find this
Diane.
second channel
Wait,
link.
Are
I've
you
sent
done
it.
with this
No,
witness?
I'll do it.
Are
I
you
have to
done?
log out of YouTube to
Yeah,
get
I'm
it.
done.
All right, sir. We're done with you. Thank you so much for your testimony. You're free to go. Nice shirt. Now, before I let this other witness on, Miss Archer, who is this witness?
My 17-year-old daughter, she's everywhere with me. She was there.
Was
We
she
was out
there?
there giving out clothes. Yes.
Oh, all right. What's your daughter's name?
Zion.
All right, Zion, we're going to make this, it's going to be short, okay? We're at 8:05. We have 2 other cases to get to. Zion, I'm going to get you under oath. You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, under penalty and perjury of the law?
I do.
All right, so again, Miss Archer, you can ask her a couple of questions, open-ended questions, okay?
Zion, did I attack Miss Ray? No. Did Miss Ray say, I knew Jitsu, hit me? Yes. Also, Zion, did I call Miss Ray's husband a B at any time?
Questions are rough.
Zion, did I attempt to do anything to Miss Ray?
And I just want Miss Archer,
Yes, Stephanie.
I just want to be honest, your questions are kind of direct. You're not really asking her what she knows. You just kind of taking it.
Okay. So Zion, tell the judge what you know.
You want me to start from like?
I don't think he wants you. We ain't got that much time, so just
So ma'am, again, I don't want to ask the questions, but we're here about a July 5th, 2020.
Where are you guys standing now?
Okay.
Are you
So
still with the
main
blazer?
thing, she said that I did a violent injury on her, and you already stated I didn't touch her, so I'm fine. I'm done. She can ask a question. I'm done.
Okay. Miss Ray, do you have any cross-examination questions for Zion?
Yes. So
Sorry.
do you claim that I wanted to get hit by Miss Archer?
Yes, because you kept saying.
You already
"Fight me,
saw
fight
the
me,
video.
I know jujitsu."
Okay.
Miss Archer, do not say anything. This is her client, her witness, okay? Miss Archer.
I'm not judge. I'm not saying
I
anything.
just want to make sure. Miss Ray, continue.
No.
So you're saying that I wanted to fight Miss Archer,
Correct.
and how so? Other than what you
That's
said.
new jujitsu, which is a fighting style in Japanese and stuff like that, other cultures.
Okay. It's kind of odd because I never said that. Okay. So I'm sorry, hold on one second. I'm trying to think of a question because honestly, that's not true, Your Honor. This
You don't have to tell me that. Don't worry. I'm going to be able to ascertain whether or not I believe anybody. So you don't have to tell me. Continue asking any questions that you have.
Okay. Did Miss Archer say that she was going to poison any dog?
Yeah, she said she knew how to poison the dog. She never said she's going to poison the dog.
Okay. So she said this when my husband was walking by.
Correct.
Did Miss Archer ever try to clarify what she said or apologize?
No.
Okay. I don't think I have any further questions, Your Honor.
All right. Miss Archer, do you have any redirect?
No, because I mean, I know
That's
you got
not
time.
what happened, Allie.
All right.
Oh, I do have one question, Your Honor.
One question. Yes, I'll let you ask.
Well,
okay. Was Miss Felicia held back by 2 different men when she came at me?
Oh.
She wasn't, I'm sorry, can you say that again?
Incorrect.
No man tried to hold her back when she came at me.
No. She didn't come.
Other questions, Your Honor.
All right. All right. Thank you, Zion. Miss Archer, do you have any other testimony?
No, I know we got to move on, Judge, and I do got something to do as well.
All right, so this is what we're going to do. Ms. Ray, I'm going to allow you to identify why you believe an arrest warrant should be issued. And then Ms. Art, I'm going to give you till about 8:12. And then Ms. Archer, I will give you till about 8:15 after she concludes to tell me why an arrest warrant should not be issued. All right?
Okay.
All right. All right. Ms. Ray, the floor is yours.
Okay. Well, Your Honor, I think that an arrest warrant should be issued because of the trauma that this has put me through in a mental state. My dog no longer stays outside alone. I have to make accommodations for both of my dogs for fear of Miss Archer inside of my home. I no longer take walks alone around in my neighborhood anymore, and I do not feel safe. I believe that Felicia does think that she is above the law and can act any way that she wants, which is just not true in our society. And I believe that we should treat each other with respect and dignity. And when I asked my fellow neighbor why she would say such a thing, she could have easily de-escalated the situation, but she chose to continue to want to fight. And she tried to harm me. 2 different men held her back. And I just don't think that this is appropriate.
Okay. First of all, it's not illegal to de-escalate a situation, especially if you were having a conversation with a neighbor about something that happened to his dog, and the neighborhood self-appointed head of neighborhood watch and community leader interrupts and accuses you of saying something, like interrupts your conversation and like is trying to, I don't know. Obviously you can see where I'm headed, where I'm leaning on this. I'm not buying it from Karen, Mr. or Mrs. And I think that her closing argument right here just really even like lessened her chances of getting this, because her emotional trauma and come on.
I am a law-abiding, tax-paying entrepreneur on my way to success, and this 50-something-year-old woman is bullying me in my own neighborhood, which I do not think is okay. So that's why I think that an arrest warrant should be issued for Felicia Archer.
All right, thank you.
This one.
You're welcome.
Let me hear from Ms. Archer.
First of all, Your Honor, like I stated, I did not know nothing about a violent injury until yesterday when I got the mail out the mailbox. Never touched her, never did anything. I walked towards her and I told you the truth. And the fireman came and the what's name said it's not worth it. And I said, you're right. And as far as everything else, her dogs stay in the house. They say they dog can't stand noise. So they dogs always in the house no matter what. So that's been from day one. And they got cameras all over, just like we got cameras all over. They never start walking their dogs and walking the neighborhood actually till after this incident. I told the officers that. Officers been out many times for them, not only for us, but for other people as well. I
believe that.
I never tried to hit her. Even though she tried to coerce me, I didn't. The officer told me to put a restraining order out on them. I told him I don't have to because I don't be home. Sometimes I'm on the road with my husband, or sometimes I'm somewhere else. And when that incident, all this incident, I told the last time the officer came out, I said, you don't have to worry about me. I won't come out. I haven't been going outside. I haven't been doing anything. I've been staying away. I don't look at them. My windows are not that dark on my car. You cannot see through because I know I'll be in jail. You can see through my windows on my car, so that's not true. So all this what's going on, it's not true, Your Honor. I'm sorry. I told you everything, the truth and stuff. If I would have hit her, I would have told you just like I told the police when I went down there. I could have lied and said he pulled a gun on me, but I didn't. I told the truth. He had it on him, and I showed them the picture of the gun and stuff. I have no reason to lie. And like she said, yes, I am 50 years old. I have a 30-year-old daughter. I've never been to jail for any criminal cases or anything before. Never put my hands on anyone, and I wasn't trying to because I have a child that I still have to raise.
All right. All right, folks. Let me just give you a quick summation here.
And I do not like how Karen and the Blazer kind of threw in there that this is just some 50-year-old woman, whereas she is a young, law-abiding, tax-paying, on her way to success entrepreneur. Like, get out of here with that. Just go. I don't like it.
What I've gathered here, I've got neighbors who obviously have gotten into it based upon, in some ways, eavesdropping on conversations that subsequently turned into a. And I don't have any evidence of violence. I have evidence of people yelling, arguing, and I do see a video where Miss Archer is walking towards, but I don't know if it's Miss Ray, but someone holding a phone. But I don't see where any contact was made. I also read a police report that confirmed that there was no contact made, but as confirmed in the video that Miss Ray produced, that Miss Archer was walking towards someone. I also have information in the police report that there was an individual, Miss Ray's husband, allegedly had a gun in his waistband after he exited the property, and that's what's in the police report. What I have is I have two neighbors arguing and apparently getting into issues that subsequently have led them to needing to be heard by me. And I'll be honest with you folks, this is not rising to the level of the crime of civil assault. I don't have the necessary facts to allege that, especially considering the fact that there seem to be expletives being exchanged by both parties, and furthermore, seeming to be allegations
It's fancy, Michael.
made by
That's
the
why
other
it looks
party
like
with the
a
gun in their waistband.
5.
Ladies, I just want to say the power of the court is not made purely to address these matters if they subsequently did not lead to an injury. And the reason why that is that I don't want folks to be harassed in their communities, but I also don't want folks to unnecessarily introduce themselves to potential issues with one another. And that seems as if what we have here this evening. What I hope, though, is that you guys, if you cannot obviously live around each other happily, avoid each other happily, okay, in your own neighborhood. Because my goal, obviously, as a judge and a keeper of the justice of this community is exactly that. And so though I'm not issuing an arrest warrant, I just want to say to you folks that these things can escalate where they do subsequently cause an injury, and that injury cannot be taken back. And so, Ms. Ray, I understand your concern. Ms. Archer, I understand your concern. But please take note that this type of behavior is only going to lead one of you rather either in jail or sued. And I would not want that for either one of you. But for this evening, I will not be finding the necessary probable cause for an arrest warrant to be issued. I thank you guys for your time, and you may be excused.
Thank you, Yana. Have a great day.
Thank you, Ms. Ray, as well.
Okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's now 8:15.
All right. So what do you guys think about that? Those of you that started off believing Blazer Karen, did you end up that way? Or did you maybe change your mind? Okay, I don't know if this is going to work, but since this is just a little hodgepodge, maybe I'll play you like the first two, if it works.
Please step forward.
Hold on. It might work. They have anxiety, they're losing their, oh, you're talking about dogs. Okay, yeah, that was a Meshalom, you're right. I'm so glad that I haven't yet been in a situation with a nightmare neighbor. It's gotta be exhausting. No, she didn't shoot a bird. No, she didn't shoot a bird, like not with a gun, like out of a tree. When she said that she shot a bird, she meant that like she flicked him off because she did that in her. She's like, yeah, I drove by, I shot him a bird. I shot a bird. That's it. But I can see like when they first said it, the first time I listened to it, I kind of did a double take. I'm like, she shot a what? But then I like looked at like what she was doing, and she was just giving him the finger. Okay, so this won't be too long. Almost done. I'll play like the first one to give you a sneak peek of the next live, because I did have someone that was kind enough to convert it for me. So now I think it works, but let's double check.
Tell me your name.
Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not.
Like I told the cops.
almost fixed. So there's audio, there isn't video. So you guys will get it next time. Thanks for letting me check. Okay, so, oh, Richard, we got another super sticker. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It really does help me out a lot. So thank you for that. Thank you, Shalom, for the super chat. Thank you guys all for being here. I pinned the links to my Discord and to my second channel. So please subscribe to the second channel. YouTube is a dangerous place. You cannot take your channel for granted. But thank you. Oh, Michael, oh my gosh, 3. Wow. Guys, I'm getting so much closer. Okay, so until next time. Oh, thank you, Shalom. I'm glad. But until next time, follow the law and always bail your friends out of jail. Okay, good night.